I see, okay. Okay, so here we are in the dining room. Jasmine's dressed the table. I believe that most all of these things have been found around the house that she's then cleaned and put up and set up on the house. We have the new lamps over here. We have a tall standard lamp. Over on the far side we have a ginger pot and then 2 candle holders, etc. As far as work that I've done in here is concerned, is I've rehung all the pictures, as you can see. They're now all on double screws so they won't move. The old holes have been filled in and cleaned up. Again, we've got the mirror on here, you can see. Up here on the top beam, this is where we did have a very large crack that ran through to both sides. This has all now been chipped, filled, painted, or chipped, filled, sealed and painted, and is back. And on the other side, again, we had the same thing before. It's all been filled in and chipped. Alright, over here we have the new bar unit. This was taken away by Marlon and was basically cut in half depth-wise, so it's not coming out much, well, it doesn't come out much further than the fridge now. I've restocked it with some drink for you. Whatever you do, don't drink it. It's cold tea, water and coloured water in various bottles, and it just makes it look a little more realistic. Then we have the pineapple lamp and some candles again that Jasmine's dressed it with here. And she's also found sort of 1 or 2 other ornaments which she's put in various places around the house for you. Okay, now we come into the upper hall. As you can see, we also have the new ginger pots on the table here. And then she's also put in some small baskets, which I believe were downstairs in the laundry, and made them into some small magazine racks. Again, the pictures here have all been rehung and on double hangers, and you can see the large pots here. These pots have both been fixed onto the windowsill, and you'll see now that to turn them on and off, we actually have a on-off switch here, rather than have to do anything with the lamp each time. Most of the lamps have now been fitted with low energy bulbs. Those that haven't will be as soon as I return in January when I come back with them. Again, up here we also had a crack running on from the apex of the archway that's now been filled in as well. Again, over here mirrors, etc. have been rehung. New standard lamp over here, and then lamps here. And again, you can see the other ginger lamp in the alcove. Made some alterations on the table here. Eventually, running on the bottom here, or next when I come back in January, I'm going to put a small shelf so that the iPod unit can actually go and sit on that, thus leaving the table clear so that the ornaments, etc., can be seen. We've also taken one of the coral lamps that was going to go into the bedroom 2, rear bedroom 2. And has now been used out here as well. Okay, in the hallway here, again there's another bookcase that's been dressed up with some sea ferns and various items that have been taken from other parts of the house. And then if I take you into the bedroom, this is now, I believe, going to be called the Red Coral bedroom. I've been given a task by Jasmine to make some nameplates. Okay, so we have the new pictures which have been put up there. Again, the centrepiece almost is the coral lamp in here, and then starting to use the reds which are going to be themed throughout the bedroom. The materials have only arrived on Friday of last week, so they haven't been utilised yet. And again, then on the top there we have another. Okay, here we are in the bedroom. In the bathroom. Bathroom 2. These are the new pictures that were put up onto the wall and then coming down actually onto the unit. Again, you can see it says turning all the lights on. You can see the red theme and Chinese pots have been carried through, and a nice piece of bougainvillea put into the large seashore. Right, now we're going to go and have a look outside. Okay, these are the patio doors that are going to be renewed. And then out here, where the deck has all been pressure washed. And you can see this has all now been painted with the new colour. This is the same yellow that was used on the guest cottage, and that's been taken onto all the outside walls out here and carried on along. We also have the small wall lights, which were originally in a rather rusty state. They were taken down, new glass was cut, and I've fitted that in, and then those have been resprayed in the green, which is a little more in keeping with the rest of the theme of the house. Again, you've got down here as well, which takes you to the back of the house. One of the things we were talking about for January, as you can see, obviously this is the courtyard where the guests would be, which would then lead into like the laundry area that's used by the staff. What we're talking about here, possibly running up and something across and running here to put some kind of privacy fence, so that maybe with white lattice, so that if you've got washing etc. up on the line up here, the guests won't actually see it, and it gives you a little more privacy to the, should we say, the rear areas of the house. I'll try and work out some sort of costings and what will be required, but I think it would just separate the two areas for you. Okay, so now we are in the kitchen. Lorna's in the middle of cleaning and clearing up. The windows have all been taken out, put back, they've all been completely sanded down, repainted, etc. And we've also put brass window stays on all of the windows. So they're all held at the same distance and same angle. So once they are all open, they do look nice and smart, and they can all be closed up quite easily and securely as well. Down in the cupboard here, this is the cupboard that we had where all the area had all leaked and rotted away, and it rotted away basically for three reasons. First one being this pipe here was cracked and leaking, actually at the tap, not this tap but the old tap. This copper pipe that you see, which is the hot water pipe, had a T off and the T was leaking, so I've had to chisel out the rear of the wall and redo it. And then thirdly, we had another leak coming through from here. That leak was actually being caused by the sink, because unfortunately, you might be able to see it just, but if you look at the edge of the sink here, it's worn away completely, so the bowl has actually started to separate. You might be able to see it flexing, but the bowl has started to separate from the top part. What I've actually done for now is I've sealed it underneath with silicone sealant, but eventually this will need to be replaced because the bowl will start to crack and further pull away. We also had the large crack on the top of the ceiling up here. That's all been filled in, chipped out and sealed and filled rather, and then put back together. So now we're going down the main hall stairs, take us into the lower level. Eddie's step ladder is still there. Now down in this area, basically the work that's been done is that we've put a 13 amp socket at the back here for hopefully what will be a light going on the top of the cabinet. Sean repainted the cabinet. Jasmine's decorated it, and then up here the light has actually been moved into the centre, whereas before it was offset and over there. So now it's been reset and it's also been raised slightly to colour from there. These are the chairs that Marlon has repainted for you, and they've all been repainted in solid white, and obviously the upholsterer is going to do cushions. The lamp that you see down here, these were two lamps that were in the kitchen. One of them had broken glass. I used some of the old glass from the windows upstairs, recut it and fitted it into the lamp, so that's now working fine. Coming on this way, these are the windows that have been repainted. This is the window into the TV room, and we have the door etc. into the TV room. This has also been repainted, and then finally another window, and then these are the doors again that have been refurbished into the bedroom. Now I'm going to take you into the bedroom. This one again has now got a green theme to it, so we're thinking of the name being possibly green haliconia because of the pictures. And you can see on the back wall that's been made into an accent wall. These are the new lamps. I've taken some nighttime video which I'm sure you'll see later on anyway. So these have all been put into place and the room has all been dressed up this morning. Again, we have some more ornaments up on this side. And then going into the bathroom here, this is where we had a very large damp patch that was on this wall here, up in the corner, up here in particular. This is where the AC had been repaired, the AC had been leaking, and it's now been repaired. So I've resealed the wall, filled in the hole that was there, and then that's all been repainted in white and put back together. Again on there we've got some seashells to get a little more theme to it. So that's the master bedroom downstairs.